We only have 3 shares, y'all. We definitely need more shares. I know it's a weird time. I guess we can let this person up because they're not technically an op.
Magical FYP brought me here just to get kicked immediately. I assume that there is a back pay for frenemies.
Why do you sound so sad?
I don't sound sad.
You do.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're in Ohio, right? Or
are you
did I
trying to
make that
dox
up?
me?
Hmm?
Are you trying to dox me?
No, I think you mentioned it before.
I work in Ohio. I live in Kentucky.
Is that a far commute?
No, it's like if I wanted to go in Ohio, it'd take like 5 minutes.
You live in Kentucky. Oh, okay. And it doesn't really, I guess, matter that much you voted for Trump. I thought you lived in Ohio or like a swing state.
No, I was thinking of moving to Pennsylvania to make my vote matter. My one vote would
And
have
then you
just.
wonder why people prepay to kick you.
No. Oh my god.
I'm thinking of creating like, I don't know, maybe there's like one day a week where
A
we're
free
not allowed to
frenemies
kick
day.
you. Or we give you like a time period.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't care. You make that bread however you want.
But it's not even about that like that. I mean, I hate to say that I enjoy it. You're entertaining. I hate to say it. It like
Oh,
makes me sick to my stomach.
you're sick to my stomach, mom. You sound like the Toronto girl. You don't know that meme?
No.
You don't know that meme. Frenemies Friday. That's cute. Um, when I was used to like frequent a live, like as often as I frequent your lives, I used to frequent this girl Roxy, and she would try to convince me to vote for Harris. I said the only way I'd vote for Harris is because I voted for the loser twice in a row, and I would only do it because I know that like my vote is cursed. And if I vote for Kamala, then she'd lose. But I didn't even have to do that this time, so it's like a big W for me.
Maybe maybe someday you'll care enough about my rights.
Human rights. Oh my god. Let's be more melodramatic, huh?
Maybe if I unalive from lack of
Stop.
AB access, you'll care.
You're
Or will you
insane.
just move on to the next blue-haired lib?
Yeah, like I'll just continue swiping. No, Alina, that's so mean. I didn't mean that.
Listen, you want to hear like the craziest, it's not the crazy thing, but it's okay. Um, so like I've always been really into couponing. I've kind of pulled back a bunch on it, but I used to
Since the
like
frenemies money kicked in.
no, I follow a bunch of couponers. Hi, Coley. Follow a bunch of couponers, and there was a lot of them that during the pandemic were like getting popular because obviously people were trying to save money and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was this one girl that I was like mutuals with, and we used to like comment on each other's posts, and she just fucking disappeared.
Dude, that's so weird.
She just
Okay.
stopped. No, she just stopped posting abruptly. Like her last thing was like she was in a store, and I've thought about her so like she definitely unalived from COVID. That's the only excuse I could have because
Oh
even her
my
Instagram is not
god.
her personal Instagram is not updated, and I don't have it in me to unfollow the account even though it's a dead account because I'm just like well
Yeah.
maybe someday she'll resurface because she was
So
like posting consistently and she just
I know everybody can relate to this. So I used to play Xbox all the time, and you'd get so close to these motherfuckers, and then these people would just like disappear. Like there was one. His name
thank
was
you, Chris
Charlie.
Raid.
I love Charlie. Charlie, I would pay to find you. Um, he was like my best friend, and then he just said my girlfriend doesn't want me to play, and I have a kid on the way. I'm gone, and literally never got on again. I'm like, that's some discipline there. I was so sad. Chris Ray W. Chris happens on call. Yeah, I was on Call of Duty. Amy. Yeah, it is Karen. It is frenemies.
What are we gonna do when Mal gets adopted?
Um, I mean, it is Madlux. We could change the profile picture, I guess, and
They want to know what you're
or
doing here so early. W. Chris Raid, thank you.
or we can like whoever the adopted parent is, we can make them TikTok famous,
I
and
won't
then
have contact with them.
like you don't know who will adopt them.
No, not when I foster with the county, like I don't get any updates.
Oh, so like you like raise them and then give them to like a shelter or something?
Yeah, like they go back to the shelter and
Oh.
they get surgery and then they get taken to um, Petco or PetSmart and they get adopted from there most likely.
I
Honestly,
always
like
thought that
okay,
like
between you, me, and 250 people, when he was like really sick, I should have just said he didn't make it. They would have never
oh
known.
you kept them.
They would have never known.
Oh, is that your favorite out of the lot?
It's just he's become an icon. I didn't know he was going to become such an icon.
Dude, you should create his own TikTok. I mean, you can't. How about your family adopts him, and then
The thing is,
they
I'd have
just
to like the issue is like I'd have to be like on them like as far as because like once their final job off, like I don't know how much contact the foster's office like they would have to want to make that extra effort to like tell me like, oh, he's going to this store and he's gonna arrive on this day. Like I just don't know if they'll care enough to like go over and above because there's PetSmarts and Petco's like all over South Florida. So like
yeah.
I would need to
I
know what
thought I
store
thought
and when he's gonna arrive.
pet stores like that, like the brick and mortar, were just like puppy farms and garbage places. I didn't know they were like
No,
fostered.
well, I mean, it's well, I think Petco and PetSmart and Pet Supermarket, I think they've all like adopted like the idea of not having, well, as far as the cats, the other animals I'm sure are from like those kinds of um
Oh,
producers or
cool.
whatever. But usually it'll say what shelter or rescue it is
I didn't know
from.
that. I adopted my dog, and I mean, literally the most perfect human being that has ever been created. She's amazing.
Hmm.
I will always adopt from now on.
Agreed. Okay, now this is gonna be a mess.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
not much. Can I comment on the question?
Of course.
I feel like it's not that the USA doesn't like women. I feel like people as a whole, like especially men, don't like feminists. And I think like also they don't like feminine men. Like we have certain ideas of what people should be, and when they go against that, we are kind of unsure. We're skeptical. Like, why are you weird? Like, why do you think this weird way?
Have you? Never mind.
No, what do you say?
I was gonna make fun of. What is like? Okay, am I a feminine man just for
I
being
haven't heard enough. I don't know.
homosexual?
No, a person can be homosexual and masculine.
Great,
Why'd you say it like that?
because it's more cringe. I was gonna ask him like as a troll question, like, have you ever tried out femboys?
No, look, well, I don't know if I heard you correctly. I have been bullied as a kid. I don't believe in bullying. I don't treat people who are like feminine men. I don't treat them worse. But I believe that society as a whole kind of does. Like, I believe society as a whole doesn't like masculine women. I feel like that's probably why like Hillary did poorly. Maybe Kamala. There's other issues with Kamala, but that's where I would go. I don't think they hate women. I just feel like they don't like feminists, like radical feminists, which is most feminists these days.
But you think so? You think that the feminine men are radical feminists?
Some of them are, but again, it goes back to this instinct. Like when a person doesn't conform to what you understand a person is like, when they act like weird, quote unquote, then people are like skittish.
What is radical feminism to you?
Um, to put it simply, I would say like women. that have been taught to hate men. They've been taught that there's a patriarchy and that men control everything, and they are like kind of bad people, I guess, to put it simply.
People.
So you don't believe that there's a patriarchy?
No. No, like
Oh, you're serious. Oh, okay.
I am absolutely serious. The
you.
most powerful people on the planet are people that, work really hard, where maybe they did criminal things, but it's not that they were given those jobs or that money because they were men. Like most men are not controlling the world. Most men are poor, most homeless people are men. So it's not a thing where, like the most powerful people are probably Christians. Doesn't mean that Christians control the world.
You don't think?
I think some people think another country rules the world. That just happens to be a religion. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But do you know what I mean? Like, just because a small group, like for example, the most powerful people or the most rich people, they happen to be Christian, it doesn't mean that Christians as a whole control the world. Does that make sense?
I'm just baffled that you think that there's not a patriarchy when like it's shown in our society.
How so?
The wage gap, the fact that we're required, like we're basically the unwritten rule of women taking on more of the domestic labor, the fact that there's no paid maternity leave, the fact that we don't have bodily autonomy, like they're constantly finding new ways to subjugate women in the society. First, we didn't have access to voting. Then we didn't have access to our own finances, like credit cards. We weren't able to buy our own houses.
Well,
Now
see, I agree with those first waves. I definitely agree with you on that. That's unjust. But like, for example, think about like crime in our society. There's crime, right? In our society, crime happens. It doesn't mean that society as a whole believes that crime is good. So there may be couples where the man puts all the the housework on the wife, but it doesn't mean that we live in a patriarchy just because there's bad people that think that way. And on the wage gap, I would really urge you to look into that because there's an earnings gap because men like to work more, they like to work dangerous jobs that pay more.
why
But
is
for the
why is
same
there
job, they
that
get paid the same.
difference?
Hormones, probably.
No.
No, you don't think testosterone makes people more aggressive? They change their behavior?
No. The reason why men are working the more hours is because the women are the ones that are taking time off to take the kids to school, to take the kids to their school play. When their kid calls the mom and says, I'm sick, I got to go home, they're the ones that are doing that. They're also taking more time away from their job and preventing their upward mobility to take care of kids. You're proving my point.
Isn't that a W
Men
for
make
women?
more
though?
because they work more hours, not
That's
because
not-
there's discrimination by a patriarchy.
Okay. Do you have a source for that?
Guess what? You don't have to have kids. You can do upward mobility. There's many female CEOs. Most women
Female
don't
CEOs,
want to
yeah.
do that. It's the reason you're on TikTok right now, not grinding.
And there's a reason why our birth rate is declining. And if you want society to continue, then you should be more accommodating to women so that we have society continue. Because at some point there will not
But
be consumers
you
or
want
workers.
upward
To
mobility. You
crazy
don't want
women or
kids.
to normal
You
women?
just said you don't want to take care of the kids. You're mad because you can't be at work. Could you take care of your offspring?
Did I say I'm mad that I can't
But
be at work?
it just doesn't make sense. The wage gap has been debunked many times.
No, it hasn't. Do you have
Yeah,
a
the
source?
statistics took into account things
Do you
like
have a
hours
source?
worked. It wasn't just pure wages for the same job.
Do you have a source?
Any woman right now who has the same job as a
Do you have
man
a
is making
source?
less. Go sue. Go to the Supreme
have a
Court. You'll
source?
get millions of dollars right now.
Do you have a source?
Yes, I could.
Okay, pull it up.
Okay, be right back. Let me pull
Guys,
up the
let's be
source on
respectful.
TikTok.
You,
Cool.
the host, have not given a single source, so it's kind of unfair for you to ask other people for sources.
You can cry about it, I guess. I host this background every single day, and every single day we talk about these topics. So when a new person comes on, they need to bring their sources. My audience knows that we have it on lock.
It's kind of an attack. It's kind of like a disguised like attack.
I mean, you can cry about it, I guess.
No, I'm just commenting.
Okay, you can comment about it, I guess.
Are you Dutch or Swedish?
Me?
Yeah.
I am
Or
Spanish and I live in Canada.
oh wow, I wasn't even close. I was just wondering.
No, but seriously, like this, like, why do you think there's a patriarchy? I really don't understand that. Like, men were always sent to war. I mean, do you think men wanted to like be killed traumatically in a war? Like, if men control society, why would they agree to be sent to war?
Because they don't think women are strong enough. That's why they don't want women in war, because they don't think that they're capable. They think they're too
Would you
emotional.
support a sport league that combines men and women, like without different, men separated and
I
women
wouldn't
separate?
care, honestly. I brought Ren and Dawn up so I can go put my lunch in the oven. I'll be right back.
I'll let Ren have it. I was actually eating lunch. I was gonna decline, but I was like, nah, it's Alina. Alina requested.
All right, I
Yeah,
got
Well, then you can
sources.
just be a pretty face while Ren takes over.
yeah.
I'm just not
I
sure
was
what kind of. What do you want to see a graph or an article? I'm not sure. Like
so what was your hold on, what was your
any woman
argument?
in here who's making less than a man for the
Guys,
same
hush
job,
up. What was your argument?
any woman in here who's making less than a man for the same job, hit me up. I will get you in contact with a lawyer. I just want 10%. This is going to be the biggest lawsuit of all time.
Exactly.
Clean, easy court case. Like,
Bryce,
y'all just want to be
can you
mad.
stop talking for like 3 seconds? Please, please. I was not listening to you because I am on my lunch break and I just finished eating my taquitos. So what was your argument?
Oh, I was talking to this woman right here.
But now you're talking to me. How about that?
His argument is that the pay gap has the wage gap has been debunked. So I asked him to bring a source. Did he bring a source?
Hell no.
Yes, I have graphs and I have articles, but I'm not sure what you want to see first because you just can't open your eyes in real life. I'm not sure what job you had. You made less than a man.
My eyes
Or
are
if you're
open.
just
Good
okay.
afternoon,
Where do you
NotARealLeftist.
work?
Hey, gorgeous. What's going on?
I know that.
The same bullshit every day.
Hi.
I said, do you want an article or do you want a graph or like what do you need? What visual
Either
do you
one.
need?
Either one. Just give us something.
All right. Hold on. I haven't done this in a while
Bri, if you want to convince women, you
because I've
need
been
emotion,
working.
not logic. Logic is not gonna work. They don't speak that language.
Yeah, we're too
Oh, I know
Actually,
that.
emotional. We're too
men are
Because this is
a
the best
hell of
point
a
in
lot
history
more.
for women to be in. We set the bar for Western treatment of
No, we
women.
don't.
We even go to
We're
other
number
countries.
43 out of 146.
Yep.
Okay, but who set that standard for Western civilization for how they treat women?
Not
Not
us.
America.
us.
Yeah, it definitely was.
No.
We
No.
go into other countries who don't treat their women well, and we force them to. I mean, the Middle East is
So
just sick
your
and tired of
argument,
this
wait
because
a
they don't
minute,
want to
wait a minute,
educate
wait.
their women.
So
They don't want to give
imperialism
them
is your
rights.
argument
I heard that sigh.
for why the USA likes women? Imperialism is your argument?
It's funny how no women leave America desperate to get out, but they all come here for
Actually,
more
I know a
rights.
lot of people that have left America
To
I
go
do
where?
too.
To go where?
to other countries that are higher up on the list:
Canada?
Germany, Canada.
Portugal.
America 2.0? That America set the standard
I know,
for
I know
candidates?
women that left to go to Mexico.
Costa Rica.
Okay. Anyways, I'll get this source. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you hated black people, would you then be surprised that black men don't want to date you? Like, you hate men, and then, like, you're surprised that people don't like women.
Degrees.
Like,
Degrees.
you're
We are
grateful.
both. I want to address this really
Okay.
quick and then have at it, Alina. We are both in relationships with very successful, educated, kind, empathetic, well-adjusted men.
Better, feminine.
Pero no me importa.
Hey,
What I was going to say is the
Mariconcito te
funny thing is,
conseguiste.
Like,
Stop talking about your mother. That's
if you
fucking
saw
rude.
our DMs, then do you want to date us? Like,
wait a minute. And
Yeah, there's a lot of
degrees.
weak men. We all know that.
Degrees. I've been married
Yes,
for
it is.
19 years to a well-adjusted man. So your argument does not hold water. Try
Because
another
there's one
one.
exception,
Right.
an argument is invalid, is what you're
Well, I
saying?
know lots of people that are
but
in
give me multiple.
successful, happy,
That's
healthy
great logic.
relationships with men. Who are you in a relationship with?
I got a wife as well.
Okay. So does your wife know that you are online talking all this trash about women?
My wife makes me sandwiches And that's what I expect from her, and she's happy with that. And she doesn't care who I talk to and what
That's
I
all
do.
she does.
Bro, that's
She just
Well, she
makes
wild.
cleans the house as
sandwiches.
well.
Oh, is she at home? Is she there right now? I'd love to speak with her.
She's not
No.
here. No.
Why would I
Yeah,
want to? Yeah, why would I want to be with a man like that? Thank God. Thank God I
Because
want
she
to
pays
be a
everything.
man.
Because she
Thank God.
pays everything. That's why.
She pays everything.
Because I pay everything. That's what
Yeah,
she wants to
so
be.
does
And
my
because she
husband.
likes me, you know? She's not
My husband
a
pays
feminine,
everything.
angry
So my
woman.
salary, my work salary, is just me to fuck around with. My husband pays for everything.
I mean, you asked the question, why men hate women? And I'm telling you, they just hate
I didn't ask why
radical
a man
feminist
hates women. Where did I say that?
Why the USA doesn't like women.
Is the USA about? Does that say man hates woman?
Yeah, so
It does.
I would think that women also hate radical feminist women like yourself.
Every
Just don't
accusation is a projection.
It's not tracking.
Yeah, every accusation is a projection because it doesn't say men don't like women. It says the USA doesn't like women, and you immediately aligned yourself with USA. You did that. We didn't do that.
You think that USA is a single group that has a single opinion? I mean, otherwise, if you don't, obviously it has to be composed of different groups, like men.
Or maybe the USA as a whole and
Yeah.
as a system doesn't like women.
As reflected
Well, you
in
just said your
legislation.
husband doesn't, so clearly the USA as a whole doesn't, because you said your husband is supportive. So by your logic, where there's one
So because
contradiction,
my
the
husband's
argument is
supportive,
invalid.
that means that everyone else is not oppressed. Everyone else is all good
Yeah,
and
it's what
dandy.
Ren said. Ren found
I'm
a
also
counterexample.
oppressed under this system just because I have a good husband.
Wait a minute.
Oh, just
If
because you're
you ask
mentally
my
invalid
hold on,
doesn't
hold
mean
on,
you're
hold on.
oppressed.
And let me tell you something. If you ask my husband, he'll tell you very clearly that the USA does not like women, especially black women. That's what he'll tell you.
My partner will also say the same.
So
But he himself is not oppressing, and therefore that's an exception to the USA doesn't like women.
sir, you're using a whole bunch of words that don't mean what you think they mean.
I feel like
Caitlin,
he's a professional dancer because the way he's spinning, like
Uh,
doing all those pirouettes.
No, you know what? He says he makes a good money. He probably, how much do you pay a chiropractor every month?
can I?
agree with
I'm
that.
gonna do some shout outs. Caitlin sent $10 for being out here grinding every day more than men. W. Caitlin. And Patty.
This is not work.
This isn't my job, friend. I do this for fun.
This isn't grinding.
Talking to you guys, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your insufferability is definitely.
Sitting down talking is not.
I mean, I can do it standing up too.
You will do that
Want me to go for a
regardless.
walk?
Could do it on a treadmill.
All right, I got the source. Look, women make less than men
Oh, hold on a second.
for
So
reasons.
Patty said, which I didn't even catch it, Patty. It might have been when I walked away, or maybe I wasn't paying attention because I also know Spanish. That he, Degrees said a Spanish slur, so
Yeah,
that's
he
why he got
did.
dropped.
That's why I said stop talking about your mother.
Oh,
He did. He said
I
that.
didn't even
He
hear.
said the
Yeah,
F slur. He said the F slur, but in Spanish.
Oh, I don't.
So W Patty for the drop.
But I don't.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
It's not going to get you kicked.
Okay.
But someone
Which is
might pay to
weird
kick
that you can
anyways.
say it, that you can say it in Spanish and it won't get you kicked, but you can't say it in English. I mean, you shouldn't be able to say it in any language. I don't give a fuck what language, but
I think
yeah.
we're due for a mod announcement. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
No, Raj, I think you should take this one.
I should take this one.
You have a
Yeah.
contract.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
that's
fulfill
right.
it to get. I know one of those donations is for me. I just see it in your eyes, but I'll do it anyways. Let's get Alina to 100,000 likes before I get rudely destroyed by probably Kiki because she's upset of a rose. What's her goal, guys? I don't know. Besties, aka me. So send her me's, guys. Let's get her up to 635 subs so you can yell for mod announcements and then get me kicked off. That's fine. And then go to the cats. Link is in her bio. Support the cats, and then kick me off again.
We love that.
Jesus Christ, 600 what subs?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's making that.
she's making a killing.
She is.
How much are your
You
subs?
don't get that much from subs.
Yeah.
Well, you can set the amount now.
Yeah, but the TikTok takes a big chunk.
I know I used to have like
It's
300
not
something when I was a
50-50.
TikTok guy.
What happened to
It's
you?
not 50-50.
I just
No.
stopped. It's really draining, to be honest.
Oh,
It's
almost
really
like
draining.
work.
But didn't you just say that I was just sitting here talking? It's not a...
It is work, but I have to be opposition because she said ops only, so I gotta make sure I maintain my
So you're
Oh
just
status.
my gosh.
oh my God. Okay, friend.
Oh my
Listen, there's
gosh, you
only
believe
room
in
for
God?
me in here.
So do you even believe what you're saying?
Thank you, Karen, for subscribing.
I do, because it's like some of us love women so much, so it like infuriates us. But then you guys think we hate you because we're arguing with you, but we're like, no, you can have a good life, be happy, and we just get angry, and then you guys think we're coming for you.
But Bryce, there are so many things wrong with the statements you just made. So they're like, seriously, there's a lot wrong with what you just said. First of all, my being happy has no bearing on the fact of the USA likes or doesn't like women. Let me explain something to you. How other people feel about me ain't none of my damn business. So yes, the USA doesn't like women. Does it affect my existence? It absolutely does. Am I gonna sit around here and be miserable about it? No. Who has
We
time for
do
that?
like women though.
No, no, y'all don't. Well,
We almost
not.
had a female
I mean
president twice.
I mean the.
Almost. What did
And
Brandy
why?
say?
And why don't we?
Why don't we?
What did
Mhm.
Brandy say? Who's gonna
It's
catch
way
that
more
reference?
likely to have a male president because most women
Almost
don't try to
doesn't
be president.
count.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Most women don't try to be president.
Did I
but
have a
that.
mantra for no reason, Alina?
What?
Said, did I have a mantra for no reason?
Yes.
Did I not get kicked?
No, someone did prepay to kick you. I don't know, they're not here and I feel like they'd want to see it, so I'm trying to wait to see if they'll come through, but
Is that your oven beeping, my
That's your
love?
yeah,
oven,
I'm about
Alina.
to get up and get it.
Okay.
Right. Oh, please.
But Bryce,
Yes.
you're sitting here arguing the point, but you still haven't answered my question. You said we almost had two women presidents, right?
Of course, yeah.
And I said almost. Why almost?
Because they just didn't win.
Why?
Why didn't they win? If they
Mhm.
don't, so if we don't have a female president, that means we hate women. Most women don't try to get to stuff like that.
No, there's no
Men
personal
always.
accountability for that side. It's only because we hate them that they lose. FYI. There's no
And you,
personal accountability for Kamala Harris.
the thing
Frenemies,
is,
we
Kamala
don't need your help.
Kamala
Now
could have
you
won.
are, hold on one second.
Trump had a record breaking,
No, I
like,
didn't.
well, he literally was like he was on a roll. I mean, he was getting shot at. He's doing all these interviews. He was just on a
But so
roll.
Bryce, the thing is though, we're gonna let Ren say what they wanted to say, and then I'll respond to you. Go ahead, Ren.
Um, I don't even remember because
You were
frenemies
gonna
are.
tell Frenemies to behave himself.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell frenemies that you are always on thin ice on this panel. So if I was you, I would let Bryce fight his own battle, sir.
I mean, we gotta lay blame where it's at. We have to blame Kamala Harris for Kamala Harris's shortcomings. She failed. The Democrat Party failed her. Joe Biden failed her.
But here's the thing, frenemies, right? So it's not that she failed. We have seen through these discussions, and if you'd like me to show you the DM that I got the other day about a man going to stalk me and unalive me, I can show you that. He actually had the nerve to show up here yesterday. This is how Todd with one D, the weird guy. Yeah, him.
I thought you meant like
No. At
show
my
up
house,
there.
he wouldn't
Yeah.
be alive.
Slow singing, flower bringing.
But like we see this behavior, right? The inability to let women speak, the threatening when they don't like what we have to say. Like, you don't have to be in this space. You can simply scroll away. But you don't do that. And a you is just a general you. Then you have people like the guy above me who is blocked from my platform because he's a terrible human being. We see all this stuff. We see this behavior. And then when we engaged in discussions prior to the election, the narrative almost always started with she slept her way to the top. Almost every discussion was she slept her way to the top.
Or she
Why
was,
is that? Because it's dehumanizing. It's invalidating her achievements, who she is as a human being. It feeds into the patriarchy. It feeds into misogyny. So it's not that she failed, it's that the people failed her.
Well, we don't owe her anything. We don't owe her our vote. You know what I mean?
But it's not about her
fail.
specifically. It's about what we owe to women for their contributions to
it's the
society,
party.
and recognizing that women are people with aspirations, education, achievements, and not just holes, because that is how we are treated.
So let's say she runs for office, not just president. Let's say she runs for governor or whatever, right? And she loses again in California. Is that again the patriarchy, or is that because she's an unpopular candidate?
She wouldn't lose
Like-
in California.
I'm just saying if.
but the fact that you are trying so hard to fit her into this box of being this terrible candidate is actually proving the point.
I have a question. Does it bother you guys that nobody ever said that Elizabeth Warren slept her way to the top, or Hillary Clinton slept her way to the top, or Nancy Pelosi slept her way to the top, or AOC slept her way to the top? Nobody ever says that about those women.
They do. First of all, the stuff that they've said about AOC has been absolutely deplorable.
That she was a prostitute, like all that stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you also have to realize that a lot of those comments come from society's opinion of women as a whole, right? Who is closer to what we consider the quote-unquote conventional beauty standard? Kamala Harris and AOC, whereas Clinton and Elizabeth Warren and Nancy Pelosi are not.
They
So
are.
because-
Is it possible that because they come closer to society's standard for beauty, that they also were able to use that as a part of their rise in the same way that good-looking men do and good-looking everyone does for any.
I hate to tell you this, Zach,
situation?
but never
Pretty
in my
privileged.
life have I ever gotten a promotion above my peers, especially a man, because I have nice tits. Never
Wow.
happened.
I don't know
And
what
they're really nice.
look like. Sure, and
I'll be the judge of that.
and I was about to say also.
No, you will not.
It's funny. I'm sure nobody ever wrote on the report, "Thank goodness we hired you because you have great breasts," right? Or do you just this is an assumption you're making that nobody has ever given you anything for that, right?
I can assure you it is not, because I'm a bitch.
Guys, Hillary Clinton used to be a baddie. Y'all are tripping. Look up young Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, it's true.
I've never.
I guess you guys don't remember when they were talking about Hillary Clinton's cankles, like exclusively about her cankles. I guess you guys forgot that.
Or the fact that they were blaming her for what her husband did.
With the
They weren't
island,
blaming her for what her husband did. They were blaming her for covering up for her husband when he was being an abuser.
absolutely.
No, they were
Yes,
not.
they absolutely
they
were.
were.
And
No, they
it's a
weren't.
question as
No,
to why
they
you
weren't.
wouldn't,
No, they
why you
weren't.
wouldn't immediately accept that as
No,
a valid
Zach,
criticism.
that is not true. Go pull up the news articles. They were talking about
Yeah,
how she
of that
failed
time,
him
not
as
like when it was relitigated
Right.
when she ran
No.
for office, like back then.
back then.
Well,
They were
back then,
talking
by the way,
about
back
how
then, the
she failed
Democratic-
her husband, that she wasn't performing her duties as a wife, that it's her fault, that she wasn't submitting to her husband, and
Guys,
that's
I'm
why
not-
he did it. Like, bro,
not
you're
arguing.
wild.
What is wild, by the way, is that what you just said was essentially the Democratic line back then. And then once it became, once we went through the
hold on,
entire
hold
Me
on.
Too movement, suddenly
When did you think
blaming
that
the
happened?
women
Does the
was important.
background say Republicans don't like women, or does it say USA doesn't like women?
Oh, no. Well, first off, I mean, we've discussed this tagline multiple times. I'm not standing here trying to stand up for a clearly patriarchal system. What I'm trying to say is
Thank you,
that when
Pasta,
you
for
guys
subscribing.
talk about it, you should be a little bit more intellectually honest.
Us.
Sir, you wouldn't know intellectually honest if it bit you in the behind.
Yeah, well, I disagree.
I mean, you're
you
just
can.
Ren, he's just a dishonest person because he made a wager with someone and he lost that wager and he has yet to pay it.
Toby?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't. And I didn't.
No, you keep splitting
And
hairs
he
to try to say how you won. I've heard your excuse. It doesn't hold water.
He made the
Yeah,
claim that
$500 bet with the
66% of all people that have been killed in Gaza were women and children. That is an incorrect claim. And that's what I argued against. And that's what I proved was not the correct claim. So it's not splitting hairs. It's
It
being,
is.
again, intellectually
is.
honest.
Goon Squad's going nuts. It's on Discord.
Oh, I'm not in the Discord right now. I was doing the kids' Christmas list.
They're conspiring.
Yes! On my way! There's fuckery afoot. I must be present.
Yeah.
Paranoia.
No, I gotta
What?
egg it on.
So my paranoia is starting to act up.
She said Zach, not you.
I don't know. So what is the what else do y'all gotta say? Because y'all arguments are just so disingenuous.
The fact
Stop
that
turning your camera on. No one wants to look at you.
So Leia sent 10 for Zach, and Siobhan sent 15 for Zach. So we're just missing 5.
I don't know how many times I have to tell him that. Like, respect the boundary, dude. You're lucky you're even here. Keep your camera off.
Again, you're welcome to try to continue to silence me as much as you want. I know it triggers you that somebody who can be...
Go live on your own platform. You have your own voice there. Quit being a weirdo.
Erica sent 15 for Zionist Bounty. Now I gotta do math.
All right, guys. You know what? I'll agree. USA does not like women.
Patty sent
We
5.
love them.
Oh my gosh. They really just... Bye, Zach. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys can stop now.
Listen, there are a few people on this earth that I can say that I hate. Most of them have committed crimes against humanity. Zach is that exception.
Yo, Zach, clean up that beard, though, my guy. It's not helping.
I agree.
Just man to man. Like, I don't know Zach, but that beard is just...
The fact that the people that agree with him
Unkempt.
are telling him that he needs to fix his unkempt beard is seriously the best.
It's a little much.
Okay.
But, yo, guys, America loves women. I just want you to know that.
In what way?
Just, like I said, setting standards for modern Western civilization. And
Let's not compare it to any other
everything
country.
with Erica had sent 5, saying no one wants to see evil Paul Rudd.
Well, watch any country
No.
mistreat women and watch us show up at their doorstep. And
Bryce,
Do not. Go ahead,
With-
Ren. I'm sorry, love.
that's okay. Without mentioning another country, explain to me how the USA likes women.
just the most progressive and on the way to, even, just the most
In what way?
advancement for women.
In what way?
I mean, it's in what way? Well, women are the most educated gender. We rely on them for everything. Women are society. Women are the USA. A lot of the things that you guys point
So
out,
you like our labor.
well, no, I'm saying a lot of the things you guys point out, like about women's rights and stuff, a lot of that's put in place to protect you. Women not being able to vote. We didn't want to have to draft women into the military. So people argue that women still shouldn't be able to vote because they can't get drafted or whatever. But I wouldn't say that's right.
So there's a reason why
protect
women aren't
them.
drafted, though. Bryce, you know that, right?
Hmm?
I said there's a reason why women aren't drafted. You know that, right?
Well, yes, because we need you guys.
Right, exactly. Like if we look at cases of divorce in which children are involved, only 4% of cases of divorce with children are involved. Fathers fight for custody. What does that tell us when we look at things within society about men not paying child support, not exercising visitation, not fighting for custody? Is that men do not want to be single parents. And so because when they drafted this legislation, they had the opportunity to include military conscription or have women drafted as well, they chose not to draft women because women are capable of serving in different parts of the military without being on the front lines. They chose that because they would rather go to war than be single fathers. They would rather go to war than be fathers. So if you have an issue with women not being drafted, you should talk to other men about being equitable parents and then also your legislators. but the data shows that men do not want to be single parents as a whole, and there are exceptions. Please let me be clear on that.
Wu-Tang sent 5 for great value, great value white Jesus.
Well, I mean, I'm a father myself, and I'm a part of a lot of groups, and a lot of times it's the men that are fighting. I'm not sure where that statistic comes from. I'm sure more than 5% of men fight for their
Nope.
kids.
And of that percentage, when men do in fact fight for custody, they win. What is it, 70% of the time?
That just feels so untrue. I'm not going to argue with statistics, but like in practice, men most of the time are working. Judges do not give them proper parenting time. I mean, we're stuck on it every other weekend and every other this, every other that.
Maybe
Well,
they should
what
take a different
more?
job.
Just because no.
Maybe they should pull back on
not
their
that.
hours like women do.
It's not that.
Prioritize parenting.
Just, as a single mother, America will help you out tremendously. That's why it's not,
That's not
women
true.
choose to be
That's not
single
true.
mothers
Social
more than
programs
ever.
aren't approved based on gender.
I know, but there's like discrimination up in there.
Nope. Social
It's not.
programs are not approved based on gender.
More women are on those social programs because they are the primary caregivers of the children. So if you
Frenemies.
want more men to have these social benefits, then maybe they should take their children.
What's up?
Can we get one more mod announcement to get through this subwave?
If only we could. If only we could.
Love you, bestie.
Guys, we're in a subwave. Let's finish it out. We need 3 subs. We need some mod besties. How many besties do we need? We need 43 besties,
There we
aka
go.
me's.
Did you talk about
And
the
let's get her to
emotes?
100k likes. The
Good,
emotes are
good evening, everyone.
amazing.
How are we today? Hello. How are we going?
Yo, the rich
Can you
get
shut
richer,
the
yo.
fuck up?
Are we going
Yes.
well today?
Can you shut up, please? Thank you.
You sound like you're not going too well today, sir. That's unfortunate, isn't it?
Can
Very
you shut the
unfortunate.
fuck up? Actually, thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Every
Why did you
time
have
a
a,
woman
why
speaks,
did
we
you have
get
a bad day today?
Sawed off.
Because you're interrupting
because you
it.
interrupted me when I was doing a mod announcement before
Oh,
I got
so
kicked off the
you're
panel.
a snowflake then. So you had a bad.
Anyways,
Wait, why is he
spam
speaking on
elaborate
USA?
every time Tough Love talks or Mantrum because he's fucking irritating. Let's get her to 100k likes, guys. Let's finish out our subway. Why is nobody subbing? Let's go, guys. Let's finish out the bestie goal because she's about to kick her bestie. And help the kittens in the bio, guys. I will love if you guys pay to kick Tough Love because he's very fucking annoying. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Where's Alina?
So fruity.
Thank you, frenemies.
Miss Alina.
Yeah, we-
Mrs. I'm not sure if you're married. But wait, why
Oh,
is
no,
Tough
it's
Love
my
speaking?
turn to speak here. The Greek god is here. The Australian Greek god is here now. So you need to understand how the world works. You people have been indoctrinated. You don't understand how the world works. And you are great. You are graced by my Greek god
I
presence
feel like we need
to
more
tell you
barking.
all how the world
Meow,
works.
meow, meow, meow.
Isn't that a beautiful thing? Isn't that a beautiful thing? Huh? Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Wait, why is
You
this
gave
British
me
guy
the
speaking
response
on
I thought you were going to give me.
We
You
got
gave me the response I thought you were going to give me. You need to calm down. It's okay. It's okay. Daddy's here. It's okay. Daddy is here. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down.
Give the people what they want. Roar!
Calm down. It's okay. Calm down. So I'm going to go on mute until you people calm yourselves down, okay? Daddy is here. It's okay. I'll go on mute until you calm down.
Wait, he's like British. Why are freedom for, bro?
Oh my god, Zena.
My dog is barking now.
He's like British, bro. You ever heard of the Boston Tea Party?
I can't make that noise at all. The hamster.
I don't get it. He's British, bro.
Wait, why did my daughter just came in and was like, "What are you doing?"
You got a lot of roars there, Red.
They should bring back the turkey.
Oh, he's Australian.
Yeah. I feel like he's Nick Adams' cousin.
Have you all calmed down yet? Have you calmed down yet?
What happened to Red?
So, as I was clearly saying, yes, I am an Australian Greek.
Tiny Danny!
I've given you my presence.
Tiny Danny!
Okay? The Greek god presence. To try and help you people.
Meow, meow,
To
meow,
get
meow,
to
Roar!
get all the demons out of your car. To try and help you people.
meow, meow, meow.
So you're not just another feather in the wind, okay? We understand you're just other feathers in the wind. I'm trying to make your feather not just another one. Right?
Guys, I gotta breathe. Roar!
I understand how incompetent you are. You are very, very incompetent. I understand that. I understand. Your voice clearly states to me that you are very, very incompetent. I understand that. Yes. I understand the struggles you are going through. The Greek god is here. Okay, Spartus is here.
Hey,
The Greek god is here. I am the one. I am the man. The alpha Greek god male is here to help you. I'm here to undye your hair. Your hair will be undyed. Absolutely.
Tiny Danny! Roar!
Yes,
Can't.
I would agree. I would agree. I understand the struggles you're going through. I would agree. Have you calmed down yet?
Tough love.
Have you calmed down
Okay,
yet?
tough left. We're ready for you to tell us what's wrong.
Roar!
Thank you very much, host. I really do appreciate it.
Just kidding. Danny paid to kick you off. Thank you for this one. Release.
Tiny Danny! Roar! I think I'm caught up now. No, fuck, there's another one. Roar! Roar!
That was fun.
That was really fun.
Oh, I got another one. Roar!
I just figured I'd go with the meow song since
My stomach hurts, Don.
Look, I came up because I thought Alina was playing a recording. I thought she had recorded all that. And I'm sitting here grading. I'm like, what the heck? Damn, maybe my phone froze. And then I see that that the two boxes are lighting up as the noise is coming. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing this to troll this guy. This is awesome.
Alina, you gotta write down like.
But I'm gonna drop back down. I just want I'm trying not to cry from laughing. It's been too much.
Yeah.
Alina,
same.
write down like 1340, and I'm gonna text you why. Okay, it's important.
Okay. Guys, we have less than a minute to get one more sub. Oh, we did hit 100K likes, so we'll reopen the chat as long as you guys keep tapping.
Wait, why is Australia concerned with America?
I don't know, because I don't know. They have a lot going on over down there. I don't know why they're so worried about us.
Over, down, under?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, America loves women, back to the point.
Okay.
do y'all love women, or do y'all like sleeping with women?
America does not love women. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all on? I'm so sorry, but
How don't they? Women have all the rights men do.
no, they're trying to take our right to have an abortion away from us.
That's not true.
Dude,
That's impossible.
Bryce,
That's
what state
care.
do you live in?
I live in North
Pennsylvania.
Carolina.
No, not you, Vanna.
Oh, sorry, honey.
Bryce, what state do you live in?
I live in Pennsylvania.
Is it possible that your view on the subject of abortion is skewed because you live in Pennsylvania?
Okay, I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, some states it might be harder, but I mean, that's their rights as states. You need to get out there and vote for your representatives.
Every state can't vote, Bryce. You're not informed enough to have this conversation. Yeah.
That's not true.
That is absolutely true.
Well,
But
then they would be audited by the federal government, and
that's not true. It goes off based off of state constitution. Roar! Ryan is completely correct. There are states like Texas and Tennessee where they are not able to vote on ballot initiatives or ballot amendments. They're called different things in different states. If your state was to make an amendment to its state constitution, it would come from the legislator and the legislator only in those particular cases.
well, we don't even know if it'll be overturned again.
I mean, there is no again. It's overturned.
Yeah, but I'm saying like everyone's fine though. Everyone's good.
What?
Chat, everyone's
I
good.
have a
Anyone get one
question.
that needed
I have
one?
I have a question for you guys because it seems like Bryce isn't aware. But so who did so when the legislator decides, right? How do they put that into legislation? Do you guys know?
Roar! There's different ways. Different depending on who. Are you talking about where the citizens don't get a direct vote?
So you don't know?
Roar.
Thank you,
No.
Parkers,
There's
for
different
20.
ways. I'm asking you just for clarification. Are you talking about when the laws come directly from the state legislator and the people do not have the opportunity to vote on it?
Tough
Yeah,
love,
I'm
you can't come
referring
back
to
up because you were kicked. Someone
I'm
paid to
referring
kick
to
you.
specifically Texas and Tennessee that you mentioned.
So just like in any other type of law that's put into place, somebody will write the piece of legislation. They may or may not get co-authors. It'll go through committee. Once it goes through committee, it will go to a vote.
Exactly. So indirectly, the people do decide, though.
No, the people do not decide.
So again, do I need to clarify for you a little better? I can break it down for you if you'd like.
No, you don't need to break
see-
down shit for me because you don't understand how legislation works. When
Well, you just said it yourself,
when
so-
legislators draft legislation, it is their own brainchild.
It
Or
is their
that of a
own-
lobbyist. It has nothing to do with what people are asking them to draft. They can draft whatever they want, whether or not their
So
constituents agree
it doesn't
to
need
it.
to be approved. They can just do whatever
No,
they want.
constituents do not need to approve pieces of legislation.
So
Ever.
for Roe
Not the
v.
federal
so
government or the state level or municipal level.
That's false.
What are you, sir?
She seems to be very informed on it though, big dog. How are you so sure? I mean, I'm not. I gotta go, but you guys are very smart. I mean, I'm kind of, it was nice talking to you. Maybe we should do it again.
Bye,
But
Bryce.
big dog, you're being a little condescending. She actually knows what she's talking about. I actually looked it up. Well, not this specific thing, but something she said earlier. I actually was wrong about some stuff. But catch you later.
No, you're wrong about everything, Bryce. You're very uneducated on it. So
Okay, Mr. Wannabe Mercedes driver, get your life together.
All right, big dog, since you think you're going to mansplain some things to me with my lady brain, why don't you go ahead and pull up something? Pull up a source that says I'm wrong.
No, Rats. He's not going to be able to do that because his misogyny mobile isn't working.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
misogyny.
Oh, another insufferable incel.
Yeah, how you guys doing? out
So
here?
again, like I said, and if you have such an issue with Roe v. Wade and it doesn't apply to your state the way you like, why don't you just move states?
Well, do you have the money for me to move? Do you have the money
Well-
not only for me to move, but also to make sure that my children have adequate mental health care? Because I have kids who are in school, and for me to just be like, well, honey, people on the internet think that you shouldn't be able to do with your uterus what you want, and now I'm going to rip you away from all of your friends that you've grown up with your whole life. Let's make sure
What do you
that
mean,
have the care
kids
that
with
you're
mental
nobody's
health
talking
care?
to you.
What
Shut
is that?
up.
Have you thought
Shut
about going to
up.
Afghanistan?
Yeah,
Hold
sure,
on,
I did.
Steve,
I
hold
thought
on,
about going to
hold on.
Afghanistan when I was in the United States Army, but I did not have to deploy.
How about Cuba?
Sure, I'll go to Cuba.
All right, can I?
You'll go
can
to
I-
Cuba
you
right
guys-
now.
Yeah,
could you guys
absolutely.
allow me-
Listen,
I'll go to Cuba and I'll bring books and hygiene items. Yeah.
honestly, I would
Pay for me.
pay
You guys allow me to
a
Okay,
first
cool.
class
My Cash
ticket
App,
for
and
your
my Venmo are in
family
my
and
bio.
yourself.
You can go ahead and send me the money, and I'll go to Cuba.
Perfect.
You-
Can I
so
take you
again,
to
I
the
just
airport?
You can drive me to the
Hey,
airport.
J Rez and Steve.
I'll send you the money. Just are you gonna use it on
Dude,
makeup?
listen, I will send you the money. Literally, I swear to God, I will do it right
Do
now.
it. My Cash App and my Venmo are in my bio. I'll move.
Okay, so
J
when
Rez, how
do
are you
I-
doing today?
When
Angry
when
as
do
usual.
I send this money,
J-Rez.
and when are you taking a first class flight to
I have my
Cuba.
passport. My kids have their
J-Raz.
passports too. We'll leave.
So when can they go?
And then when I get,
J-Raz.
and then make sure that you also
Well,
send me the
you're
money to
gonna
renounce
have
my
to vlog. You're
citizenship.
gonna have
Yeah,
to
I'll
vlog
J-Raz.
send
there.
you whatever you want.
All right,
It's
cool.
fine.
It's gonna cost. I have 3 kids.
J-Raz.
Yeah,
4
right.
of us.
You're
And
gonna
they
have to
need
vlog your
mental health,
experience.
right? You said they need mental health.
Why is nobody hearing me?
You said they need mental health,
J-Raz.
right?
I know my mic's on.
Yeah, no,
Ali-
I hear you.
J-Raz.
Yes, Alina, yes.
Okay. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
The girlies used their kick on you, J-Raz. You just wouldn't shut up, so that kind of solidified it. Moving on.
Yeah, I'd like to respond to NORAD.
Sure, what's
So, I believe that it's everyone's responsibility so for example, in your case, right, you said you have 3 children. And I feel like as a young man myself, I'm 25, haven't had any children. I've had multiple opportunities. I'm pretty financially stable. I could have a child if I wanted to. I just simply have decided it's probably not the most responsible choice yet. I'm not exactly where I'd like to be. So I feel like the problem here is that people don't hold others to a standard. For example, you just said, "Oh, I tell my daughters that they can do whatever they want with their
That's not what I
uterus."
said. Yeah, that's what I said specifically.
Exactly. So I was just quoting you. So you said that they can do whatever. So with that being said, I feel like wouldn't it be your responsibility as well to explain to your daughters that maybe they shouldn't be so free and open with their uterus and perhaps choose
Hey, big dog.
wisely?
Big dog. Can I tell you? I'm going to tell you a little secret. Listen, hey guys,
And
if
I just
I'm
want
going
to
to give a
clarify that
massive trigger warning right now, massive trigger warning.
like-
If you have
I
a
like to
if you
clar-
no
I'd
shush,
like to
wait a second.
clarify.
No. I don't need you to clarify. Massive trigger warning. If SA is something that bothers you, I suggest you to scroll away for the next 15
So I'm-
seconds, and then you can come back.
Exactly.
Big
what
dog, I
gonna
was
clarify.
totally
Great is
totally
the only
educated
exception.
about schmexual intercourse, and my first experience with schmexual intercourse was SA. I was not on birth control at the time. Had a pregnancy resulted, and I did
So
not
again,
want to
as
be a
I
mother
said,
at
that's the only
14
exception.
years old. But it's not an exception everywhere
So it
Were
seems
you dressed
so it
appropriately?
seems like
because it's not. Was I
well,
dressed appropriately?
well, actually, it is even the few states that it's
I
not.
feel like
they have
the
a timeline.
dogs
So
should be treated how the dogs should be treated. That's how I feel, and the chat knows what I'm talking about.
that's the only exception I made to that. So with that being said, in the few states, I can't remember all of them that have it, but I know a few states that do. Texas, one of them. A couple others where they, like you said, don't have an exception. But in reality, the exception actually is the rape victim would have to come forward and say
Yeah,
that
do you
they
know how
were
traumatizing that
SA'd.
is?
Of course.
Have
but
you ever been
at
to
the
a
same
gynecologist? Because at that time, I'd never been to a gynecologist. You know, they have to use something called a speculum to open up the vagina and look inside it with a camera and probe you and do swabs. Do you know that?
No, so what I'm
So
referring
somebody
to,
who
as
has
long
been
as you have a
SA'd,
police,
the last thing they want to do is one, recount what has happened to them without appropriate mental
Did the
health
guy
care,
go to jail at some point?
and two, get a grape kit done.
Did he get
no,
arrested?
I understand, but one of the
No,
main
he
things
didn't.
is that the whole grape kit thing, that's actually not necessarily true because
It is
it's
true.
very
I work in
situational.
healthcare. I have
If
been.
you wouldn't mind, ma'am, I'm allowing you to finish. If you'd please show me the same respect and stop cutting me off. So with that being
Sure.
said,
Go ahead.
the exceptions are pretty simple actually. As long as you file a police report, I believe, depending on the state you're in, sometimes they require within the 30 days, which I agree can be difficult for a great victim to come out and say that. I understand that completely. But at the same time, when you do understand that this is the law that is now in effect and is in place, that if you are a great victim, you need to come forward and report to police. As long as there's a police documentation report that has been filed and they
What you are advocating for is re-victimizing victims, not once, not twice, but potentially 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no matter how many times they have to tell their story or be examined or go through a medical procedure over and over again. As somebody who has lived through that, it makes you want to unalive yourself. These are children.
What was the consequence for the guy that you're speaking about?
Nothing. His brother was a police officer.
So you didn't file a report? Because your story's kind of fishy.
I told people. I can show you where he lives. I can show you his house. I told people. Nothing happened.
Steve, real quick, Steve, I wouldn't want to go there. You don't ever want to like question someone to victimize themselves. But what I would
No, but if she
say
said
is this.
if she said that she did a rape kit, like he should be arrested at
No,
least.
that is not what I
Great,
said. I said I
great,
worked in
great,
healthcare and witnessed many
great,
people get grape
great,
kits.
Was he
great,
at least
great.
questioned, or
No, his brother was a police officer.
so does that mean we're
Man, that
exempt
does
from the law?
respectfully,
Yes.
respectfully,
I
man.
don't think you know how small town police work.
So, well, again, I guess it depends. If you don't have the money for a lawyer, then absolutely, she's right. It could go that way.
Grape
But if you do have,
apology is weird.
if you
Well,
do
I just
have
want the
money
guy.
for a
I want
lawyer,
the guy in
then
prison. That's the only thing. Like if he's
if
guilty.
you do have money for a lawyer, though, there is no such thing as he's a police officer. That wouldn't matter.
Having money for an attorney does not exempt you from having to make a statement. That's number one. Having money for an attorney does not guarantee that it will be recommended for prosecution. Having money for an attorney does not guarantee that the person who committed a crime against you will go to
It
jail.
sounds like you have like a financial
Big
problem.
dog,
We could
Steve,
set
have
up a
you guys been
GoFundMe.
assaulted? Have either one of you ever been assaulted that way?
Like sexually?
Yes.
Sexually,
Absolutely not.
no. But I
No.
did have.
No,
I
no.
actually have.
It's a yes or
I
no
have a
question.
sister.
It's a
No,
yes
I
or
have
no
a
question.
sister.
It's a
never.
yes or no
Personally,
question. I
no.
didn't ask about your sister. Don't tokenize your sister. I asked you, have you ever been?
I already clarified that.
Okay, then. Steve?
I
No,
understand that this is
I never
triggering, and
know.
that's why I gave a trigger
But
warning,
what's
you
the
guys.
correlation to this conversation?
Huh?
What's the correlate? No, I haven't.
Okay, so you don't get to discuss how a victim should or shouldn't do things.
No, but I
You
watched a
don't.
lot of Law
You
and
do
Order.
not
I
have a
watched a
point
lot
of
of Law and Order
reference.
episodes.
I would like you to shut up. Move on and go to a different subject because this is triggering for people in the audience, and I'd like for it to not any longer be a point of conversation.
No, but I watched
Thank
a lot
you.
of Law and
That's
Order
fine.
Thank
That's
you.
fine. We can move on from that. That's okay. I understand that. That's a fair point. But I
Oh, I'm
don't
fine, Annie.
agree.
Thank you.
I can agree with dropping the conversation. Though we can move on to something else. But the analogy that because I wasn't a victim of it and I can't speak about it, that's a silly analogy. But we can move on.
Big dog, you think you're a lot smarter than you actually are. And I'm very frustrated with you because you know that you are being a great
Thank you,
apologist.
Rach.
I'm being a what?
Great apologist.
So I guess because I hold people as standards, I mean let's just move on. Let's just move on though.
So should we set up like a GoFundMe?
I just know when it happened. My sister, she did have to go through that process and have to relive the trauma by coming forward. First the family, and then it's a law. So
Yeah, it's always best
I
to come
I
forward.
understand. It's difficult. Yes, nobody's denying that. But like I said, let's move on to something else. But in terms of USA doesn't like women, let's try to stick to the topic here. I think that's a silly statement because again, it's
Y'all kind
it's
of
very clear you guys.
point. Y'all literally just proved it in this whole conversation.
I think he's kind of pivoting because it sounds like he's a great apologist.
Steve's just up here trolling, but what's it called? So
You
again,
literally
like I
just
said,
proved the background to be true.
I'm pivoting because she asked us to move on from the
You
topic. But
proved the background to be true.
could you elaborate on that?
You just made the argument. I'm not going to relitigate that.
He even
So
asked if she was dressed appropriately. I thought that was wild.
What?
You mentioned
You
that
said I
earlier.
did.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you, buddy.
All right, Steve, you're up here trolling.
I heard you say that.
Okay.
do y'all brain cells have anything else?
I want to hear
It's great.
I want to hear your main contention because I'm from the States as well. Right now, I'm in Arizona, so I'm American, obviously. So I just want to know, like, when you say USA don't like, are you saying the people? Or are you saying
Steve,
the
what
government?
time is it for you right now?
What time is it? I'm on. It's 1 o'clock. Why?
1 o'clock. Took you a little while.
It's 1:10.
You sound Canadian. You don't even sound American.
I sound Canadian. Why are you pivoting the entire conversation? Am I like,
It's currently 12:10 p.m.
In
Phoenix,
Arizona, right?
Arizona. Yeah.
Exactly. So he's wrong.
Bye.
That's what I thought.
See you
Nice
later.
try. Nice try, troll.
I kicked them, Alina.
See, even though we may have disagreements, I'm not up here to troll or be funny. Like, I'm genuinely here for a debate. So, in terms of USA doesn't like women, right? I feel like the problem nowadays is due to media, especially, that they've basically pushed an agenda to where they make an attempt to make women feel like, oh, I don't need a man, I don't need this, I don't need that. And nowadays, it's more so women look for, you could say, independence in the wrong ways. And they have such a problem with submitting to men in terms of family or marriage.
But that's the thing. A marriage, a relationship should be a partnership. There shouldn't be one person submitting to another. That's not how equitable relationships work.
Well, you both submit to each other, though. That's what I mean.
That's not what you said, though. And you shouldn't be
So,
submitting, but you shouldn't be submitting to someone, right? Regardless of whether they're your partner, they're your spouse, there shouldn't be a submission. There should be an understanding and an expectation of boundaries, and those boundaries should be respected.
yeah, which could mean submitting some routines or some certain habits or hobbies that you may have
Are you
had.
married, big dog?
No,
Have you ever been married?
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I need to be married to
What's
speak
your
on this as
longest
well?
relationship? Well, what's your longest relationship?
About 3 years.
And you lived with that person?
Yes.
And why did you guys break up? Oh, he got kicked. It is abusive language, Midnight. He was paid to kick.
How's it going, ladies?
Hey, Skip, how are you?
Pretty good. I just have a question. Like, what do you guys mean by the United States don't like women? I see.
You're breaking up, Skip. Can't hear you. Mr. Roboto, we can't hear you. Skip, you have bad reception right now, so I can't hear you. I don't think anybody else can hear you either. Yeah, Lena's saying no, she can't hear you either. You should drop and get to a better location and then come back up. I don't think you can hear me either. Yes, he does sound like he's on a journey, Jesse. I agree. Skip, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm going to drop you back down and then just come back up once you get to a place with better reception. Lions, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Do you disagree with the background?
I do.
All right, cool. Why?
I think with the amount of positions of power that women hold, whether that be corporate, government, I think the USA loves women.
Can you give a specific example? Because that's pretty vague.
I mean, you could look up how many CEO positions that women hold, and you could look at, congresswomen. We just had a woman run for president who is still the sitting vice president.
So if 10% of Fortune 500 companies have women CEOs, that sounds equitable to you? 10%?
I would say that what is the percentage of women that, apply for that position? I'd have to know that.
I don't think it matters how many people apply for them.
Yes, it does.
Nope, it doesn't
How does
matter.
it not? How does it not?
Because women are often held to a different standard when it comes to climbing the corporate ladder than men are. Women are also paid less than men. There is a wage gap that exists.
So you
Women
think
are often held back from positions they're qualified, particularly if they are mothers.
So do you
They don't
think
even
if,
have the opportunity.
do you think if the United States hated women, there'd be no women in government?
If the United, well, it doesn't say hate, it says doesn't like. If the United
Come
States
on.
liked women, when we had these conversations, it would be recognized that there are certain factors that impact a woman's ability to climb the corporate ladder equitably with men. We would have maternity leave. We would have more access to affordable childcare. Women wouldn't be punished for absences related to taking care of their children because more often than not, women, even those in relationships, are the primary caregiver of children.
So my argument was like you see how many, like I said, there's plenty of women in power. If women weren't liked in the United States, they wouldn't be in that position. No.
How many women versus men are there in the federal government? In the
Again,
House and the Senate.
but again, you said the United States does not like women. If they didn't like women, there would be no women in power.
Well, I think it's important for us to compare how many women there are versus men, and then look at the states that put women into those positions, and then look at the climate in which those states perpetuate. Are they a blue state? Are they a red state? Are women in that state, are they more equitably paid to their men counterparts than in their comparable red states? We
So
have to look at
so you're going into politics now.
well, we'd have to, because you were the one who brought up women in power in the government.
Right. Correct. I
So
agree with
that you opened
what
Pandora's
I'm
box
saying
on
is,
that one. If
what
you
I'm
don't want to
saying is,
discuss that, then just concede.
so what? Regardless, so you don't think there's any women in power in blue states or red states? You think?
That's not what I said. Ren, is that what I said?
Well, no. I mean, you were saying that there's no
What you
women.
said at all, and it's disingenuous to say that's what you said.
I was saying was you think that predominantly red states do not like women. Sounded like that's what you were insinuating.
That's not what I said. I said we'd have to look at the climate of each of those
said
states. And in
insinuating.
order to look at the climate in each of those states, we'd have to look at how they voted. That would be a determining factor, yes.
So why is there women in power in red states then?
What did I just say?
So, but
Please, no. Please repeat back to me what I said about the composition of our government.
I wasn't paying attention that well. So go ahead.
Okay, well, that's a you problem. So
Right,
move on
okay.
to a different
It's
subject, because
either
I'm not going to
way, so
repeat
it's my bad.
myself.
So, but theoretically, what would you? I'll admit to pivoting, but because we're not going to agree on this.
No, that's fine.
but-
Yeah, because I'm not going to repeat myself. You came up here to have a discussion, and you didn't care enough to listen to what I was saying.
Yeah, you're being combative. That's
Oh
just
no,
like
if I was being combative, trust me, you'd know.
Oh,
are
we're
being-
going to start
you're
the
still
tone policing now? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Tone policing.
I don't know what that means.
Of course you wouldn't.
That not surprising.
Okay, but so what does that mean? Tom policing. What does that mean?
Tone.
Tone.
Tom.
Tone.
What does tone policing mean?
What is tone of voice? Do you know what that is? Use the context clues, sir.
So I was more so judging her on what she was saying, not the tone.
So what happened is I set a boundary with you, and you didn't like that. So because you didn't like that, you decided that you were going to tell me that I was being condescending or aggressive or fill in the blank of any other word that any other man uses when they don't like what I have to say. I'm speaking in an even-keeled voice.
Right. So would you if a man ever disagreed with you but presented a fair point, would you agree with them?
Yes, I would concede.
Okay. Have you ever done that before?
I do it all the time. I'm in a relationship.
Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to get that out there. So, so what would your opinion on the United States be? What would your ideal country be like if it pertained to women? Like, if you want it to be perfect, what would it be?
Catherine put 15 on bounty for lions,
Yay.
saying I just don't like them.
Equal access to health care. Reproductive health care would be one of them. And unless you can answer questions about pregnancy, I will not go down that road with you. I'm just letting you know up ahead of time. We'll be closing the wage gap. It would be men who could commit crimes against women, that they'd be persecuted under the full extent of the law every time, especially those who are white, because they typically commit more crimes against women and get lesser punishment than those who are people of color or other minorities. We'd have access to childcare. We'd have maternity leave, because as somebody who has had 3 children, I understand how mentally and physically traumatic birth is, and we are not given any type of paid leave from our jobs. We're expected to return to work immediately.
So when you have when you're pregnant and have a baby, you're saying there's
Jalen sent the other 15. Hasta la vista.
They knocking them down like bowling pins today.
Yep. Guys, if you're mad about the statistics about white men getting lesser punishment than people of color and other marginalized communities, then fix it. It's not my fault. The statistics say what they say.
How's it going, girls? Females, women, sorry.
If not the way to start.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Oh my lord. I was going to come on and say I completely agree with you. The fact they don't have maternity leave for women is ridiculous. But apparently I can't even speak right. But I'd just like to hear the other arguments on why USA doesn't like women.
How long have you been sitting in the requests?
I don't know, 10 minutes maybe?
Okay, so then you heard the other reasons, and you can address one of them if you'd like to.
The wage gap? Where's that written, where there's a written wage gap? Anything?
Do you have access to wage data?
I'm just asking where the law is.
There's no law that dictates that men should be paid more than women. But if you'd like, you can go on the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics.
So for the same role then, a man gets paid more?
Correct.
Or is it based on job performance?
So when we look at this data, and I'm only going to say this once, so I hope you're paying attention. When we compare this data, we look at people who are in the same job for the same amount of time, with the same experience, in the same credentialings. That is how we come up with that. So if you are not in an entry-level position, and even at entry-level positions, job performance is also factored into that.
Hey, Dot, where are you from?
Canada, brother.
What the hell is with all these Canadians here recently being like misogynistic? Like, this is like the third female-run live I've been in, and there's like 4 different misogynistic Canadians coming in.
Is it because we have B here so much? You're bringing the Canadians in?
Like, I mean, it's like it's crazy. That's the only reason I was coming up, actually, because I'm actually a friendly. But just from the last Canadian guy, and now Dot, who couldn't even come up with a creative name. I'm like, what? Like, this is why is Canada trying to invade our lives with all these like random misogynistic men? I'm sure you'll prove you're misogynistic in a little while, though. I'll give you time.
Oh, he already did.
So prove it.
You already did.
No,
sir.
you're gonna prove it for me. I don't need to prove it myself. You're gonna step into it yourself. Oh, actually, you did. You already proved it when you stepped. What's up, girls?
Females,
that's not the way to
women,
start.
whatever.
That is not the way to start. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Thank you for having me up.
Since I didn't,
Thanks, Dark. All right, we're gonna do a quick mod announcement while Alina's taking care of those precious little babies. Are you guys ready? We are going to meet that live. Oh, Alina, see, you messed up my mod announcement already. You met your live goal and you didn't update it. All right, we're going to keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. There is only 5 more subs left to meet that subscription goal. Alina is updating her live goal right now. And as soon as she does, make sure that you bombard her with those gifts. Alina does have her Cash App and her Venmo in her bio. Oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't like Venmo. She has beef with Venmo. Alina does has her Cash App in her bio. It is $30 to kick an op. If you don't like what they're saying, you can contribute to the $30 Kick Fund. Please make sure that you are gifting the panel. I have my Cash App and Venmo in my bio if you do not want to share your doll hairs with TikTok.
I believe
Alina
Ren does
also-
as well.
And Ren, I was going to ask Ren at the end. Ren, do you have yours?
Pay links
Yeah.
in my bio, yes.
All right, Ren's got some pay links in her bio too. Alina also has an Etsy store, so if you like pissing off the men folk, there's some great things in there that you can make yours. And there's an Amazon wish list for those beautiful little furry babies that Alina is taking care of right now because she is a saint and a foster mom. Look at that little face. So cute. She has some needs for some supplies, so please make sure that you're helping her out. Big shout out to Santana for dropping those 5 last gifted subs to complete today's sub goal. Thank you, Santana. Good
Santana,
trouble.
you never come through here.
Good Trouble is now a sub to you.
Oh, really?
Apparently. Oh, Jessica?
He didn't even
Wow,
call me.
he sent them. He sent targeted subs. They weren't
Oh.
random gifted subs.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Force people to come hang out with me.
That's right.
You got to come to the guest box someday, Santana. You never come through. I know you're busy during the day, but
So if you happen to be in the chat and got a gifted sub from Santana, please make sure you drop him a big W and say thank you.
No rads. I do have to agree with you, though. The fact that the U.S. doesn't have maternity leave is crazy.
you already said that.
Yep.
I thought.
So that is something that the U.S. should work on 100%.
I don't care what you're talking about in Canada.
Okay, there's no need to be rude. Like, you guys have this live going.
You are rude. You
Debate.
came up here being rude.
If you think that's
You're
rude,
inserting yourself in a discussion that you have no bearing on whatsoever.
rude at all.
Because you feel like you need
My only last-
you're exhibiting misogyny right now.
My last question is,
You're exhibiting. I don't care what your last question is.
in 2 months,
What are you going to do to change the climate for women in America?
what are you going to do if TikTok gets banned in 2 months?
Can't hear you.
What are you going to do if TikTok gets banned in 2 months?
Move on with my life, I guess.
Do other things. I don't know.
You saying
Whatever
it?
I want.
Aren't there other social media platforms?
There sure are. My YouTube and Instagram are linked in my bio. You can also find me on Lemonade and Blue Sky. Threads too.
Contribute to society.
Yeah.
I do contribute to society, sir. I've worked in healthcare for 20 years. I have a BSRS. The letters after my name are BSRS, RTRCT, MRARRT. I'm multi-credentialed. I am a leading healthcare provider in medical imaging. Thank you.
Contribution.
Get off of TikTok. Mind your business. Nobody cares what
Get
you're
off of
talking
TikTok. I'm not the one on lives all day long.
I mean, it's not my fault that I'm afforded the opportunity and you aren't.
The opportunity. What do you mean the opportunity?
It's not our fault that we can do our jobs and do live and multitask, and you can't.
What job can you do where you can be on your phone and TikTok live at the same time?
None of your business, but I'm doing it.
Job to
A
society.
woman's job. How great
There's
is
plenty
it?
of jobs that you can do.
Yep. And none of your business on what I do, but I'm doing it.
Many people who sit at desks all day listen to podcasts, live streams, and all kinds of other things. And sometimes, because they don't have either a customer-facing role or a role that requires phone support, they can participate. Multitasking is not difficult. Can you drink and breathe at the same time? Or do you, like, drink out of a cup and pass out? Like, what?
Walk and chew gum. Oh, I guess not.
He's focusing on breathing right now.
Oh. Okay. No, sir. I didn't even say no, sir 3 times. Why are you here?
Well, you just said it twice. So
The universe is punishing me.
Right.
two, 2 times is a charm today.
Man, you're supposed to be like Beetlejuice. I have to say it 3 times.
It went 3 times.
Oh, there was a 7.0 magnitude earthquake off Northern California coast. That's pretty crazy. Thanks for sharing that in the news channel, Mallory. Appreciate you.
Oh,
What's
that's
going on?
wild.
What's going on over in France? Did y'all see that?
No. What's happening? No, sir. Since you're a
Well,
beacon of knowledge.
I thought France was falling apart. I wonder what the women gonna do over there.
Yes, their government is currently collapsing. They currently are collapsing. They had a vote of no confidence in their leader who resigned from their position.
Aw.
What is his name? Barnier? Michael Barnier?
Yeah, that's what happened when we met. You know.
Okay, well, if you care so much about France, then go to France. What do you want me to
Well,
tell you?
I'm
I can't
just
help them.
curious. You know.
Okay, well, there's you can go to AP, Reuters, BBC.
Obviously, it
They can
sounds
tell you
like,
the
no,
news
sir,
stories.
you're having some big feelings about France.
I'm just
That's a big,
wondering where the women gonna go.
sir, those are big words for Elmo.
Rocco's a
It
rock.
wasn't even funny.
That shit will always send me. Rocco doesn't have feelings. Rocco's a rock.
You got something else to say, no, sir?
Yes,
Or
I
did
do.
you,
I'm waiting for
or did
y'all to
you just,
stop the clown show so we can get to business.
As long as you're present, it's a clown
What
show.
happened to
Emmanuel
Charles?
already put $15 on your head. No, sir. Said F this clown.
What happened to Charles? Did he run off?
Who's
You
He's
can't
not in
Charles?
say.
charge anymore.
What's wrong with saying females? This is weird. This is getting kind of strange.
We've explained this to you before.
I know we
I've
have.
never heard that before.
Yeah, you have. We've explained this to you
I haven't.
before. And
I'm
so
new
has
to TikTok.
Erica, and so has Ren. No, you aren't.
What
wait,
up,
what did
Ren?
you,
I've never heard nobody get mad over being called a female.
no, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Be fucking for real here now.
I haven't.
You can be anything in the world, but you obviously cannot be for real.
Look, I work 60 hours a week.
But you always find
You're
your
I need to
way
always
know.
here.
wherever
You know
we
what?
are.
Roar.
That's why I get paid more than every woman I work with. Because they only work, what, 15?
I need to know whose dusty ass son this is, because I want to have a conversation with him. For
I do.
real.
What? Can you put your mama on here? Because I want to ask her some questions.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, please do.
Go get her.
I'm nowhere near my
You're in
mom right
trouble,
now.
bud.
Because I got some questions for your mama.
What?
What I
Uh-oh.
want to know, hey,
What's good?
Ren, hey, Alina. What I
Hey,
want to
Erica.
know is I want to know what woman is putting your dry ass dick in her mouth. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. What woman made
I
the
feel like I
awful
need to go brush
decision?
my teeth.
Y'all drop your favorite fruit in the chat. Go ahead and spam that. I'm so sorry, but Alina, this man.
Why I gotta be hit with so much vitriol because I asked the
It's
question?
not vitriol, it's the truth. You're the absolute worst because we keep telling
How?
you the same things over and over again, yet here you are.
You never said anything about a being female being
Yes,
like
we
a.
said we do not like to be called female. We are women. Grown
Okay.
women.
Okay. All
We
right.
said it numerous times to you.
Erica, he's going to go, the very next live he goes in, he's going to say females again. You know that.
Exactly. He
No,
learned.
I
You want to know
respect all the
what,
females.
Eric? He gonna come in. He gonna come in there later on this evening and do the same thing.
He just said females again.
I know.
I respect all the females I come across.
See? Why can't you just say
Female
women?
what? Female what? You respect female lizards?
Pets?
Oh, y'all don't want to be called. Oh, okay. That's associated with the B word.
No, sir. Sweetheart, baby. Your brain cells don't hold hands, do they?
Nope.
The female dog.
Sweet child of God that you are.
Like when air blows in one of your ears, does it whistle out the other because there's empty space?
Uh-oh. You're in big trouble, no, sir.
Wind tunnels.
Charles coming back.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Carlos, I
Hey.
don't know who
I'm
that is.
muting.
I've never heard of him
Santana.
before.
Hey, bro. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Noraz. Hey, Alina. Hey, Ren. Hey, E.
Hey.
No ass. Who is no
No, sir.
ass?
No, sir.
Hold on. Who is no
No, sir.
ass?
No, sir.
No rads.
Oh, my
No
bad.
rads to the nads is me.
Oh, he must have a problem pronouncing his R's. That's all.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
don't have
got
a problem
15. Hey,
muting you.
hold on one second, Santana. Hey, Alina, did you meet the kick for no, sir?
Did you just mute me, Santana?
Kiki
Okay.
actually just sent, but I
Because
want a roast from
David
Santana.
No,
David
but
sent to me too.
how is dude?
All right, Santana, have at it, my love. Go ahead.
Well, I'll keep it short and simple because quite literally, I am doing my black job at the same time while listening to this, but this guy is so nonsensical that I had to come up for a moment. Yes, I did mute you. I do have that ability, so watch your mouth.
Hey, do you got
Listen,
DEI on your D?
it's pretty simple, right? And the ladies on the panel have explained this multiple times to you. You are willingly being ignorant. You understand that when you say female, you could be talking about anything. That's why Ren brought up, are you talking about a lizard?
Context,
But
sir.
you're choosing to actually willfully do this. So last time, and maybe you'll hear it if it's coming from, someone that wears the same kind of draws as you or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's your thing, but it's woman. You're talking to women on the panel. You're not talking to females. You're willfully disrespectful. So watch your mouth and watch your temperament. With that being said, Alina, no rats. You guys can do the thing. I'm done with them.
If you want the pleasure, you can drop him because
No, no,
he
no,
was
no.
paid to
This
kick.
this is your show. No,
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 he was
no.
paid to kick. They
No,
paid to
let the
kick him.
male talk. Go ahead and talk, male.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't
Yeah.
bother me. Whatever, get you up out the paint. Anyway, I'm quite literally in a meeting right now, so I'm gonna drop back down.
All right. Bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that down too. I have friggin' training to read, and I hate it so much. Okay, have fun.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Michelle, no, it's not, Michelle.
Is Michelle the one that's been screaming, female?
Yeah. Female and woman are the same thing. Connor, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just throwing it up. I have some disagreements. I don't understand why you guys think that USA doesn't like women. I mean, you guys have just as many rights as damn near everyone.
Can I just ask a quick question, please?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
For grammatical accuracy, shouldn't it be the USA?
What
the fuck?
The United States of America
If it was,
don't like women.
if I wanted to like lose
Be
space, then
grammatically
yeah.
correct.
Did he just say the USA don't like women? Shut
No.
up. Get out of here.
I said doesn't.
No, you said don't. The
No.
USA don't like women. Go away.
Nope. Sorry, you're wrong.
That's also not a question, really.
So that's
Yes,
what my
I said to
curiosity
be
is.
grammatically correct. Shouldn't it be? So when you put the word shouldn't, a question mark will come at the end of the sentence.
Is that what you came out to say?
Roar! Roar! Tiny Tiny! Roar! Roar! Roar!
Whoa.
My
What the?
dog is gonna get upset again. Roar! Roar! Tiny Tiny! Roar! Roar! Roar!
Roar! Roar!
There's a snake in my boots! Bestie! Roar! Roar! Tiny Tiny!
And why do you guys mute people's comments when you disagree with them?
No, I haven't even been responded to. I asked a simple question.
It's like The View.
I don't know, I've never watched that show.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Sounds like you
I'm
watch
not
it.
55-year-old, like I'm not a middle-aged woman. Like what the fuck would I watch that for?
Are you identifying as a dog?
Everybody, why do you think USA doesn't like women?
They're sending us gifts that we have obligated ourselves to, under what reason, I don't know, to make animal sounds for. It's not our fault. Gotta
Yep.
give the people what they want.
As long as they keep sending the gifts, we have to keep making the noises.
That's cool, but I don't know why you guys aren't responding.
So you have to do something?
We sure
That's
do.
not very
We made
feministic.
We made an agreement with our people here. Doing strange for change. There's no
I'm
sound
cooking.
for let them cook.
I'm a chef.
Pancakes.
Roar!
Oh, look at the big dino.
This is weird.
Listen, I don't know. They like it.
I know.
No, I did the hamster, Santana. This is my hamster.
No, but again, if someone disagrees with you, why do you?
Oh shit! I fell.
This is exactly what's wrong with our society.
Anybody that sends me a dinosaur, I will hum the joy. Oh my God! It's a black hole.
Reptar! Roar! We're having fun with our friends. Get over it.
Are you guys on the panel to debate and have like a good conversation though, or?
I mean, we can. We're
Let's
just
do
having
it
some
then.
fun with our friends. You can.
I
I
don't
mean, if
mind it.
people like you enough, you could join in too. They might drop you some gifts. Who knows?
I've gotten gifts. I'm not asking about that,
right.
but I'm saying I've asked a question and I haven't been responded to.
What's your question?
I said, why do you claim the USA doesn't like women when you guys have just as many rights as everybody?
But we don't.
You do though. Name one right. What do you mean? Explain.
Is there any state in this country that has any kind of legislative control over what you do with your body, Connor?
Like yeah, AB? I mean, yeah, there's a few states.
No, you, Connor. You personally.
Over me?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's
At
a
the
chicken
moment,
sound?
no, not right now, but during COVID, yes.
There's a snake in my boots.
That was
Listen,
really
they're
good.
just gonna keep going because it's annoying you. I just want to let you know that.
Why don't you guys go to a state that doesn't? What state do you live in? Is it in your state?
Florida.
Okay.
Roar! Roar! Roar!
Why don't you guys?
I live in Illinois.
I just don't personally believe it's medically like necessary to have.
You, of course, you wouldn't.
I
Hey,
just don't,
Connor.
though.
Hey, Connor. What's the average human gestational period?
I don't know. But tell me.
Good luck making that meerkat sound.
Exactly. That's why you don't think it's medically necessary.
Yeah, but you're not. You're barking in the camera,
So
and you're not trying
It's
to
so
change
good.
anyone's mind.
I don't have to change your mind. You live in Canada.
I live in
Canada.
and I live in Illinois, so
live in
I just
California.
want rights for everybody.
Well, you can't give me like a reason why that it would. You'd have
A
to
reason
go
that
that far.
ectopic pregnancy is or that abortion is necessary. Ectopic pregnancy is
Ooh,
one.
smells good.
What'd you say?
I said ectopic pregnancy is one. Fetal demise with incomplete miscarriage is another.
You know how low the percentages of that happening are? That they almost never happen. And in this
Roar! Reptar! Roar! Tiny
they
Denny!
never happen.
Okay. Connor,
Ever.
if that was your mom, if your mom was the one who that happened to, the one-off, as you like to call it. But mind you, these are human beings who have their own families and jobs and children. If your mom was the one-off and she died because she didn't have access, would you be saying the same thing? No, you wouldn't, because you would be saying, why didn't someone save my mom when they could have saved her?
Roar! Roar! Roar!
Roar! Tiny Denny!
Like
Roar! Roar! Tiny
Oh,
Denny!
did I miss a hamster?
And there's other means to treat it. You know, there's other ways to take care of it.
Really? Really? What are the other ways to take care of fetal demise with incomplete miscarriage?
And
What are the ways to do that?
C-section. There's a lot, but that, like what I'm saying is.
What
that
do you
never-
think that is? It's an abortion, Connor. An abortion is a termination of a pregnancy, whether or not. Oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous. I can't.
Yeah.
I fucking can't.
Of course you can't. You guys
No,
never.
because
can.
you're not educated on this at all. Thank you, Kiki, for the Cash App, for barking at the patriarchy.
Still not explaining anything. You just get pissed off and say, "Oh, you're."
I'm not
blah,
getting
blah, blah.
pissed off. You don't know.
Having a good time.
You say the U.S. doesn't like women. Can you name me one country that doesn't have as more privilege
Perfect, yeah.
than the U.S.?
Absolutely,
Iceland.
absolutely. Hold on. How old are you, Dragon?
26,
What year were you born?
1998.
Okay. So there's a list. There's a whole list. There's 42 countries. Most of them are Nordic countries that rank higher in the gender equality scale. So now that I've done that for you, you can go ahead and teacup and look it up for yourself.
Nah, prove it to me.
Nope. Go look it up for
Because
yourself.
you
I
women
did
like
prove
to
it to
say
you.
that the U.S. hates that. Can
you
you
read?
name me one example of
Dragon, can you
what?
read?
Iceland, Norway,
No, hold on.
Sweden.
Dragon, don't give him the answers. Dragon, can you read?
Yeah, I can fucking read.
Okay, so go look it up. Like, why do we have to read it for you? I mean, now if you said you couldn't read, we would be happy to help and assist. But if you can read, then can you go do that?
Not the person who has God, family, military, Trump in their bio telling me to move to another country. Bro, you're not a Christian if you voted for Trump, you fucking weirdo.
Listen, you hate the U.S. so much to leave.
You leave.
You said there's 42 countries that you can go to. Leave. Go there.
Oh.
If you're
And
sink,
who are
if
you
your
to call someone a
sink
Christian
has
when
a
you're
leak.
arguing
Nah,
abortion?
there's too much over talking. No, shushies. If your sink has a leak, do you move out of your house?
Want to know why you don't? Because you know the U.S. has more privilege for women than any other country in this world. That's why you don't want to leave.
No, Dragon.
That's the
Alina
hard
just
truth that
named.
you can't comprehend.
Bro, you're spiraling. I'm gonna mute you. I want you to take some big breaths in through your nose, blow them out through your mouth. We call it smelling the flower and blowing out the candle. Reset yourself because you're crashing out and it's embarrassing for you, and I don't want you to embarrass yourself. Roar! As I roar like a dinosaur. Roar! Tiny, roar!
Why don't you guys let him
Hey,
talk?
hey,
and
Connor.
Lay in his side.
Connor.
What's up?
Because he's
You,
rude.
you said something a moment ago that I want to correct. So you said ectopic pregnancies are very rare. They account for about 2% of all pregnancies that happen. Do you know how many pregnancies there were last year in the United States?
Roar.
How many pregnancies there were last year?
Correct. No, last
Not
year.
off the top of my head, but
There
I know
was
it's pretty high.
3.5 million pregnancies in the United States. 2% of that is 71,000 people. So 71,000 of those pregnancies are ectopic.
Why you so obsessed with me? AFF, get a life.
Okay.
So while that may seem to you like, oh, well, 2% is a very low number, that's still 71,000 people that have to receive that care or else they will lose their life.
I don't ever hear about it happening.
Kiki paid to kick Dragon. He said, Dragon, stop yelling in your mom's basement.
You know,
So your
lot of the
defense
abortions
here
are
is that you just
not
don't
because
hear
of that
about
either.
it?
You're arguing it rare cases of something, but most abortions aren't because of that.
Okay, if we're gonna move the goalposts, all right. What are since clearly you don't like care to listen to women? Why are most abortions? What are they for? Why are women getting them?
There's actually unknown reasons for most of them. A lot of them, I think 75% of them are unknown just because.
Okay, provide your source. Provide
I
your
don't
source.
have the source pulled up.
Okay,
but
nope,
you can
that's
look
cool.
it up.
No, Thickles gave you statistics.
I can look it up.
And Thickles can provide you with
I can
that
go get
source
my
if you'd
source,
like.
but
Go
I'll
look
look it up if you want.
Yep,
Give me a
go
minute.
ahead. Yep, absolutely go.
All right.
My stats, by the way, come from the Center of Disease Control. Fact stats on birth and natality. You want to look those up as well,
I'm
Connor?
gonna give us some cold music. Do 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 do.
Oh, Ren, I can do you one bit better, baby. You just rest your little voice.
Okay.
Rest it, because we have lots of roars coming.
Okay.
Gotta preserve your voice for the tiny dinies and the puppy dogs. See, look, now look at all those roars you got. Oh, it's starting over. I feel like I set you up for the okie doke on that one, though.
Roar.
I'm sorry.
Roar, you did. Roar. 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 Roar.
Gotta
Roar.
hear it, Shay.
Roar. Now I gotta change it up a little bit for so my throat don't get all messed up.
Nicholas, you got to roar too, buddy. Oh boy, I gotta bark. How many did you send, Patty? 8. All right. There's your 8 barks worth.
Your poor dog is probably like, what is happening?
Every time she's napping and she comes over here and looks at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But when I bark like the big dog, she starts barking too.
So I just looked one article up that I read from Brookings.edu, and it said actually 95% of abortions are unintended pregnancies, which is accidental. So higher than I thought, and that's in the U.S.
Unintended does not mean accidental.
It's okay. Well, then what else would it mean? Well, you explain.
Unintended means
all-
unintended means unintended. I'm relatively positive that women who are victims of assault don't intend to get pregnant. I'm relatively positive that people who are victims of incest don't intend to get pregnant.
Dear Chairman,
Okay, so if you know you're a victim of assault or incest or any of that, you have 3 days to go get a Plan B and avoid abortion at all the whole time.
Hey, do you
Why not
know?
go get that?
Do you know that depending on your weight, the Plan B pill may not work?
That is so. Come on,
Connor.
It is a weight-based dosage, like many
Yep.
medications.
Yeah. So
really, that's
try again.
It works.
No, Connor, it doesn't. The manufacturers of Plan B and emergency contraceptives actually have disclaimers on that. And when it is written by a prescribing provider, they will get that warning in e-scripts to make sure that they have an accurate patient dose so that they can prescribe them the correct amount of pills to take.
Connor.
Okay, so prescribing the correct amount. What's up?
Connor, Plan B is not an abortion pill, and it will not stop a pregnancy that has already started.
I'm saying within the 3 days, if you know you got rape or incest, you know it happened.
Do you think that
Go
if someone
to
is
the hospital.
is in a household where incest is occurring, that's only going to happen once?
So basically, they
Well,
need
I'm
to
not
always
saying
have money to the side to buy the Plan B for the person that's assaulting them.
Right, at $50 a pop, I'm sure a 12-year-old can do that.
Yeah,
In
sounds like a great
a lot
idea,
of
Connor.
cases, insurance covers
Genius.
that. A lot of cases, insurance covers that. And
Sir,
How do you use your
and they
insurance
will-
without your parents who are the ones that are doing it to you, knowing?
Oh, I'm sure if you went to the hospital and said, "Oh, this is happening at home," something would be.
How do they get
taken
there?
care of.
Sir, whose name is the
Call the
insurance in?
It's called an explanation of benefits. Even if you were able to acquire the medication, the parent, the subscriber to the insurance policy, what's called an EOB, explanation of benefits, and those charges for that medication would show up on there. Now, depending on what your pharmacy manager has negotiated, you may or may not have a copay for any prescription, including a generic antibiotic, whether you're receiving it at the hospital or not. And that is not something that hospitals carry at all, like ever, unless they're part of a grape kit, and you can't just go in there and do that. Besides the fact that many people who are minors, who are children, do not understand that they are being essayed.
Also, Connor, the efficacy of the Plan B pill lowers the longer a person waits. It's only got about a 94% effective rate in the first 24. After that, it drops to about 58% efficacy.
Okay, well, why not take the chance? Then, would you rather wait it out? Why don't take the percentage of chance you said?
What
Why
do you
not take that
just
chance? And
for
see?
clarity, Connor? What do you think? What do you think the Plan B pill does?
It stops the egg from,
No, tell us. What does it stop?
Explain it in detail.
Like I'm 5.
I'm not
Explain it like I'm 5.
I don't know medical terms to it.
That's okay.
but all I
You can
know is
use.
it
That's why I
stops-
said explain it like I'm 5.
Go
Use
look it
regular
up.
day words. you know, words that you and your friends would understand.
Mm-hmm. And after you look it up, come back straight.
Guys, you know what I find very frustrating?
Tell me.
What?
It says stopping the egg.
Don't at me. I'm not letting you up. Stop yelling at me from the chat. I don't
That's
care.
literally what I was going to talk about. People that we don't
Stopping
know
getting the
begging to come up to the box to get at Connor, even though it says ops only, and we already have 3 friendlies up.
No, there's no need to be getting at people. We're here to have a conversation, and it's like
I'm not
you
talking
guys,
about
it's
you.
not getting at somebody.
She's
No,
not,
no,
she's
I'm
not
just
about
talking
saying.
about
you.
Connor. She's talking about the people who are yelling from the chat.
No, okay.
Because
Well,
they
I'm
want to
just
come up
saying.
here and verbally attack you, and we're saying no.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fine, but that's wrong. I'm trying to just have a conversation with everybody, and I would love to be proven wrong or anything.
Connor, sweetie, you're getting involved in something that has nothing to do with you. I'm waiting for this
No,
5-year explanation.
No, I know. I'm just speaking out towards them. I mean, like to think that that's okay to do that when I'm out openly joined to have a nice debate and conversation. That's the chat for even saying that's not right. Someone has a different opinion. You just come on.
I'm going to step away for a second, Alina, but I just think it's wild that he said he wants to debate human rights. It's fucking weird.
There's no debating human rights. They just exist. So, Connor, what you got?
Yeah. About what?
No, nothing, Connor. Nothing. Because
Plan D? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Prevents and delays ovulation.
You said it prevents ovulation. What is ovulation? I said, remember, explain it like we're 5.
Or delaying the release of an egg to the ovary from the ovary.
Okay. So, Nicholas said to you that if you don't take it within the first 24 hours, it drops down to like 50%, right?
Assuming he's correct. I mean, I don't really.
But what
believe
if a
that.
person needs to get up to $50 for the Plan B pill? And then when you say something about insurance, do you know that some insurance coverage? Hold on. Do you know that some insurance companies will not cover over-the-counter medicines?
Yes.
And
no, I
Plan
know
B
that.
is
I'm aware.
over-the-counter?
That's why I said some insurance companies, not all.
Mm-hmm. So, what if you don't have the $50 and it takes you 48 hours to get it, but now it's only 50% effective?
Get it just in case. Just try. Just give it a shot.
Okay, so what happens if it don't work?
If it doesn't work, then I'd be going to the hospital and telling them. I'd call the cops. I'd get the situation resolved. But most of the time,
Have you ever been assaulted in that way?
When I was younger, yes, I was.
Situation resolved.
Yes, I was.
So you were. And what happened?
I'm not going to explain what happened to me when I was a child because it's actually.
No. I don't need the specifics of what happened to you. I'm talking about what happened in the situation. Like, did the person do time?
No, because I was like, it came to me later on because I was so young that it like went into like a distant. I don't even know because I was like.
So you literally pushed it out of your head.
No, I just was too young to I think
And
understand what happened.
you disassociated from it. And you don't understand. After having done that, you don't understand why some women would not want to go to the police and so on and so forth? You would think you would understand that better than anyone else, right?
If I was an adult, I would have gone, but like I said, I was like 5 or 4.
Nicholas, I'm gonna let you talk to him right now, because.
What do you mean by go to the police to get the situation handled? What do you mean?
I would tell him so something could happen. What do you mean? How is that not hard to?
I want you to explain what you mean.
I just said I'd go to them if I was of age and realized what happened. I would call them, tell them what happened, so something could be taken care of with the person that did it. How is that hard to understand?
Do you know?
Or attempt to?
So I will preface this by saying that I am a victim advocate, a certified victim advocate, and a certified sexual assault response coordinator. So when I ask you these questions, I'm going to need you to be very specific.
I don't know how much more specific I can be. What do you want me to say? I'm confused, man. What do you mean?
Do you know what? Okay, let's back this up a little bit. Do you know how many reported cases of SA there were in the United States last year?
Give me the number, man.
Do you know? Yes or no?
No, I don't. Give me the number. I just
There's
said
about 250,000 cases in the United States. It is also estimated that about 63% of cases were not reported in the United States, right? This is just women.
Okay.
These aren't even the numbers for men. It's a whole separate topic altogether, right? Do you know the criteria that police are supposed to use or to take into consideration when determining?
Explain it. Just explain it, man.
Guys, I'm sorry. I have to cut this abruptly short. Mal and Mark's just started vomiting and they haven't had a good appetite, so I have to take them to the shelter.